the Lord, He's gonna make it happen. Ooh, make it happen.
Mic check. Mic check. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Mic check. Mic check. So welcome to this amazing session, people, where we tell you who we are, because a lot of you have been asking, who is Savo and what does Savo do? So Savo is a real estate investment company that designs, sells, builds and manages affordable, amazing apartments. You have 6 complete projects here in Nairobi, starting with Laser Place Rongai, then 90 Degrees by Savo, then Coral Bells by Savo in Thedegwa, then Savo Studios back in Embakasi. We went to Roysambu with Royal Suburbs, and then Savo Skywalk in Gong Road, and of course our up and coming baby Savo Sunset. So thank you guys for your time, and I can't wait for me to tell you more about us. See you next time, guys. Tunataka maidishoma wapi? Hapo Savo ya 100 na hata hingine ukulipa. Na ulipe brava. Na watu wanafikira ngapi nachoma ngatume hii hapa. But allow me to introduce myself. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and today we're going to tell you about FIRE. So you may ask, what exactly is FIRE? FIRE is an acronym that stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early, and financial independence is defined as having assets that generate sufficient passive monthly cash flows that enable you to satisfy your desires. To know more about financial independence, join us in our next video. Anyway, acha niendelee kuchoma bei ndio nifike FIRE.
Hello, welcome to our webinar today. It's such a wonderful Wednesday evening. I'm so happy that you've joined us. We'd like to. My name is Rose. I'm an investment consultant at Savo, and
hi guys. My name is Jonathan. I'm also a FIRE partner, or as Rose has mentioned, an investment consultant with Savo.
Yes, so Savo, we are very passionate about enabling our investors achieve financial independence. We've been able to come up with apartments all over Nairobi, and yeah, so we're happy that we've brought in a new thing to the web, podcasts. Every Mondays we'll be hosting podcasts. Another thing that we have is
Yes, so if you got a chance and if you've been following up with what we've been doing, a week or 2 back we were able to hold our first ever open mic, just a session just to enable both our residents and people who associate with our residents, to give them a platform, to give them a chance to be able to showcase their talents. So we had a myriad of people coming in to showcase their skills in poetry, in spoken word, and as well in karaoke as well. So we have the pleasure of hosting it once more this coming Friday, and we'll be urging all of you who'd be able to come in. I don't know if you had a chance to join us last time, Rose.
I didn't have the chance, but I'm definitely not missing out this time.
Yes, for sure. So myself, I'll be there. Rose will be there as well. So join us.
Yeah,
join us.
Yeah. So check out the videos.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Far Podcast with Savo. My name is MC Ben Migwe, the classic man, and I will be your host. Karibuni Savo. Savo, we are a real estate investment company, and we are passionate about financial independence, and we exist to enable investors achieve financial independence through affordable, amazing apartments. And this is one of the best platforms that we are actually setting up where we can have conversations about financial independence and openly discuss the journey to actually getting to financial independence, gets to discuss core principles that actually you learn along the way, things you need to know and things you need to practice along the way. And I'm excited that today we are having a very, very, very fast episode, and I'm joined by two amazing gentlemen. And before we go any further, I'll allow them to introduce themselves. So,
I am Raymond Romeo. I am a QS by profession and a Savorite. I am also a fire partner at large, and I'm quite excited about the opportunity to talk about financial independence in this and many more episodes to come.
All right, hello there. Victor Murimi. I'm in Lifestyle and Tribe, and I am also a fire partner by extension. We're just here to ensure that you achieve your financial independence goals through rental income. Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Far Podcast with Savo. My name is MC Ben Mig.
To the Lord, He's gonna make it happen. Woo! Make it happen. Woo!
So this one is an original. Where you wanna go, where you wanna go, where you wanna go tonight? Tunde kule kuna form, kule kuna form tonight. Oh, we take it to the crib, cozy on the sheets, baby. You light up my world, out of this world. So this one is an original.
Yes, as you can see, beautiful scenes there from our last open mic, from the likes of Sedo, our very own Susan Wambui Mwithiga, and as you can see, just beautiful stuff going on here at Savo. You also got a snippet of what we'll be doing for our podcast. And moving forward, like you got a chance to hear, really intimate discussions on investment, and really just everything we do here at Savo. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of people who've joined us. I can see Peter Kipiea waiting eagerly. I can see Agnes Wanjiru, Fire, Sam Fire, Sabrina Musembi watching. I can see Caroline Amunze, Fire. Hey, so many people are fired up. I can see Finn, Karibu.
A very nice response.
Fire. Yeah.
Maki Sugol as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for the support, guys.
Waiting. So Karibu. We are so happy to have you here. Before we start, niko na hekaya za Abunwasi. You remember hekaya za Abunwasi?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, this takes us back to when we were in primary. I don't know, like
For
when
you, it was in primary.
Come on. So one time, this guy, there's this lady, acha niwaambie kwa Kiswahili. It won't be hekaya za Abunwasi kama si Kiswahili.
Okay.
So kulikuwa na Jane is a widow, for those who don't know. And before huyu mjane before akwe mjane alipata mtoto, yeah. Alafu this I just can't help it though. Alafu, this lady raised this kid at very hard circumstances. Make sure that amesoma, but they were still struggling. So one time, huyu kijana akamwacha niende nitafute kazi ili niweze kusaidia mamangu ambaye ni mgonjwa na hawezi kufanya kazi vile, so wacha ni
to chime in,
yes,
to be able to help out.
So akaenda kwa tajiri moja. Huyu tajiri akamwambia, actually niko na the perfect job for you. Nataka ulale kwenye kile kwenye lake baridi throughout the night. Ujue, this water was really cold. It was actually even forming ice. So this guy, because he's so desperate, akachukua kazi ile. Akaambiwa, ukilala kwenye maji hayo then nitakupa $100,000. So this guy does it. But the mom anamwambia, hey, you don't have to do this as long as tuko na chakula kila siku.
We have enough.
So this boy insist, and the mom decided, okay, if you have to do it, then wacha ni washe moto nikukalishe hapo basi. At least niweze kuona niangalie kama, you know, like just to keep up so that maybe you don't like die
in case anything happens.
Yeah. So this lady akakuja akawasha moto kubwa and kept the son company the whole night. Thank goodness this boy survived the entire night. From there he went and demanded from this tajiri, akamwambia, wapi hela zangu, nimekaa kwenye hii maji usiku wote, so yeah, give me my money. This tajiri akamwambia, okay, uliwashiwa moto, that wasn't our arrangement. Then he says, but I still stayed in the water the entire night. So huyu tajiri akakata kumlipa huyu kijana after all that sacrifice.
What? Sasa
huyu kijana akaenda nyumbani akapata jirani yake ni nani? Abunwasi. Abunwasi akamwambia Abunwasi kile kilifanyika. So Abunwasi akamwambia, ngoja, Sultan ni rafiki yangu, acha niende nimwambie venye kulienda. So Abunwasi akaenda akamwambia Sultan, kijana huyu hivi vilifanyika, maybe just give them a hearing and give us a ruling. Yeah,
justice.
Yeah. So the two parties wakasikiza, Sultan akasikiza stories za both parties, and in the end akadecide, okay, kijana huyu aliwashiwa moto, so that actually ilimpatia heat to go through the night, so halipwi. So Abunwasi kakasirika, like how was it in the hekaya za Abunwasi. Abunwasi was very famous kwa kusaidia watu wenye hawezi jisaidia. So more of an advocate. So he decides, okay, akambia huyu neighbor, okay, don't worry, I'll sort this. So Abunwasi akadecide kufanya nini? Hold karamu. Yeah? A big party. So people come, the Sultan comes, this Tajiri comes, everybody in the village comes, including also this guy that
didn't get paid.
Yeah, this guy that didn't get paid. So Abunwasi alikuwa ameandaa vyakula, mchele, mboga, nyama. Sa akawasha moto, akaweka chakula hapo, alafu akaenda kukaribisha wengine. So watu wamengojea chakula, hakuna kitu inakuja. So they felt so hungry, wakadecide, wacha tuende jikoni tukaangalie kile kinafanyika kule. So kufika kule wakapata chakula haijawekwa kwenye moto, but iko kando. Then Sultan akamuuliza Abunwasi, ni nini inaendelea hapa? Sisi tuna njaa, lakini kumbe haujaekelea chakula kwenye moto. Abunwasi akamwambia, kwa sababu moto iko hapo, haya hii chakula bado itapata hiyo joto. Nani Sultan akaambia, we kwani what is your thinking capacity? Akamwambia vyakula hivi vinawezaje pata joto vikiwa kando havitaiva in centuries, hakuna kitu kama hiyo ishaifanyika. Then Abunwasi akamwambia, basi ni aje rafiki yangu hapa alikaa kwenye maji baridi all night na ukasema hii moto itampatia joto aje. So Sultan akaibika sana, akamwambia Abunwasi umenena kweli. Then the guy was given justice. This tajiri ikabidi amemlipa huyu kijana na they all lived happily ever after.
So justice was served.
Yeah, justice was served.
But was it really justice?
Yeah.
Me, if I was the tajiri, I would also not pay.
Really?
Just saying.
Come
Just
on.
saying. Just saying.
Anyway, so I see there are a couple of people who've joined us. Karibuni. And yeah, so enough of the stories. Back to what has brought us here. We are talking about the scarcity mentality. When you hear scarcity mentality, what comes into your mind? Before that, in the comments, please let us know when you hear scarcity mentality, what comes into your mind. We'd be happy to hear what you think and share it. But before that, maybe Jonathan, you can tell us what comes into your mind when you hear the scarcity mentality.
Well, when we talk of scarcity, all I'm getting in my head is negative. You're speaking towards lack. You're speaking towards limitations. So generally, you'd be caught in your own world of limitation, whereby there aren't enough resources for not just you, but also for everyone around you. I don't know. What about
nice.
for you?
For me, what I think about scarcity mentality, in my mind, I like to compare and contrast. So when I hear scarcity mentality, I see scarcity mentality versus abundance mentality. And what I get, if you have the scarcity mentality, then you have fear that whatever decisions you make, then you're making them based on fear. When you have abundance mentality, then whatever decisions you're making them with an open mind. So with these two, when you have scarcity mentality, then you tend to repel things from off your life, yeah. But when you have abundance mentality, you tend to attract things in your life. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, in the business, or rather in the money and financial thinking, it comes to me. For example, if I go to a supermarket and I see something that I want, and I say, I can't afford this, or versus I say, how can I afford this? Yeah.
So okay, so you asking yourself how you can afford it would be the
abundance mentality.
Okay.
Scarcity mentality, you're like, you just throw in the towel and you say, I can't afford it, I can never afford it, so let me just move forward. So yeah.
That's a nice point. Maybe just to mention, I can see that we are very active on the charts. Jay Kasiva says that what he understands from the term scarcity is that there is not enough to go around, and I think that's a fair point.
Yeah, there's not enough to go. The belief that there isn't enough for everyone. So maybe like with that belief, you're trying to hold what you have because there's scarcity. Yeah. Not enough to go around. Yeah, more of the same as that's from Jay Kasiva. More of what Sam has said. Not enough to go around. So if I have a packet of sweets, let's say, and I'm giving out, and I hold on to some because I think that it's not enough to go because we have scarce. Yeah, I guess. Yeah?
Okay. I think it's interesting that you've mentioned that. What this reminds me of is a concept that I came across while reading one of the books that we try go through as fire partners, in the fanatical laws of prospecting, and it goes on to talk about the universal law of need. For those who might not know, the universal law of need just speaks generally towards desperation. The more ideally, the more you chase something, the more likely it is to evade you. The more in your quest to get money, the more you're chasing money, the more it feels like it's getting farther and farther away from you. So when you're in a scarcity mindset that maybe this money that I'm trying to get can only be sourced through this and this and this, you're limited to that mind space, versus you getting in with an abundance mentality that there's enough money both for you to earn or to get and for you to use as well or spend. So then it just opens up your world to a whole new experience, whereby now you're able to afford more, you're able to get more as well and spend more as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that actually reminds me about a story in the Bible that most of us know, about this rich guy who goes on to a journey and decides that he's going to leave some money. He's going to give his servants some money, and then so he gives the first servant 5 coins, the second one 2 coins, the third one 1 coin, and then these 2 servants, the ones who are given 5 coins and 2 coins, they go and trade and double the amount. So the one with 5 coins gets 10 coins, the one with 2 coins gets 4 coins, the one with 1 coin actually goes, because of his scarcity mentality, goes and hides his coin under the soil, and he says that I will keep this here until my boss comes back, and then when he comes back I'll show him I still have this money. Okay, remember these other 2 servants, as they go to trade, remember you're taking the risk. You're not sure that if I trade with this money, I'll get back something in return. Yeah, I'll get back in return, or even I'll get this money that I have put in. I could lose it all, yeah. But they still took the chance. Risk. Yeah, took the chance and went and multiplied this amount. But this other one went and hid his money under the soil so that it can be safe. So when the boss comes back, these other 2 servants go and tell them, oh, I multiplied it and I have 10 coins. And then this other one, I multiplied it, I have 4 coins. And then this other one says, oh, master, I was afraid. I didn't want, I know that you're a certain way, you reap where you do not sow, blah, blah, blah. So he says, here is the 1 coin that you gave me. Then the boss banishes him, and and he tells the other servants because they invested. So he says, and actually in that story there's mention of afraid and abundance, where this servant said, I was afraid, so I did not. And then this master says, for everyone who has more will be given, and he will have abundance. So there is also mention of abundance, and there is also a message that it says, these people who multiplied what they have, they were made rulers of many things. It just, I feel like that concept applied in this story Yeah, a lot. And so like if we go back to, okay, it doesn't mean that you make decisions blindly, like these people went and traded without doing maybe their due diligence or having enough knowledge about this place. Because let's say you want to invest in real estate, you'll go do your due diligence in a company, see if this company is credible. You'll go and find out, okay, how much return does this place give me, or rather what matters when it comes to investment in real estate. You find out that location is a very important factor to consider, because you'll hear that people are investing in real estate, but you just go and find something and buy, but you don't know even where you bought. Maybe you bought it somewhere in Timbuktu. So, okay, in the middle of nowhere, that's what I mean. Okay. So, so make informed decisions as much as you're taking risk and having an abundance mentality.
It's an interesting topic, and I feel like it resonates with me on a deeper level.
Yeah.
When I think of abundance, with special regard to my personal life, I've always found that when I'm in that space of abundance, then just more seems to come in. There's something I usually share with my family. It's a funny distortion to what people usually say, that to whom much is given. How do you know it? To whom much is given?
Much is to whom?
Much is expected. Yes, thank you, Ryan. Much is expected. But the distortion there would be now that to whom much is given, much is added as well. So you'll always find that when you're within that space, I think it's a cognitive hurdle. It's in the mindset. So maybe just to pose it to you, maybe after I give my 2 cents on it, would be what do you think is it that creates whether it's the scarcity or the abundance mentality in you?
People. In me, or just generally people?
Yes.
In me or generally?
Generally.
Okay, what I think maybe the environment that you have grown into, your life experiences may make you feel that you have to hold on to something. So hence now that's where scarcity mentality comes.
So ideally, if say you're coming from humble beginnings, then you'd feel a greater urge to sort of want to hold on to the kind of stability that you've already found.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe income-wise?
Yeah, I think for some people. But you'd be surprised, we have stories of people who come from humble beginnings, but they just rise to the top. Mostly because they had a certain state of mind. They believed that it was possible. They had an abundance mentality. But so I would say the difference between somebody, it's not limited to the environment that you that surrounds you, or rather that you've grown into. It's very determined. Besides that, so you've been dealt this card. What do you do with it? So that's what depends, like on people's attitude. On what do I call it? On their openness to what is that word? To get out of that space. There's a word.
No, I get what you're saying.
Describe that, but yeah.
I get what you're saying. We've mentioned, it's a cognitive hurdle. It's in the mindset, and I feel like while I'm not yet fully there, I'm not yet fully at the abundance mindset. I think I have made significant progress over time, and maybe just to mention two things that I feel have really helped me to kind of try and embrace this abundance mentality would be one, that I was first able to recognize the power of my thoughts, to know that if I say I can't afford this, then chances are I won't afford it.
You won't do anything
Yes.
about it.
If I tell myself I can't afford it, then my mind just shifts into gear and starts thinking of how I can get to afford it. So that will be one, and then secondly, just exercising gratitude. Because the moment you're grateful for what you have or for something you've been able to achieve, then it just puts your mind once more in a really healthy space to keep on to appreciate what you have in as much as you're trying to get something else. So you're never really operating from the point that I don't have this. You'll always be, I have this. It'll always start from you having this to now wanting to get more. I don't know if the same applies for you.
That you know, like money is never enough. So appreciating what you have right now is the biggest favor you could do to yourself. Because if money is never enough, then you'll be chasing. You're constantly chasing that money. So something that you also mentioned, I think everyone struggles with keeping their mind at a certain state, like controlling your thoughts. I believe as much as you, also and also I don't know, the greatest minds in this universe, Elon Musk, I believe they all face these challenges in their minds. Like they get that that person in you that tells you can do this, or rather you can be able to get this. But there's also that other voice that tells you, are you sure you can get this? Being able to control that, of course, it's gonna be a constant battle in your life, and that's why being able to pass that period, that stage where you are doubting yourself, I think is the biggest success. Biggest success.
So the success will be
acquiring an abundance mentality. I think, because I myself get doubts, but for what keeps me moving, I think I have this. I believe that nothing is impossible under the sun. Nothing. Like if you tell me today, Rose, I can't give you this phone because it's mine, and I believe I can get that phone, I will make sure. I believe I will get that phone, so I will make sure I will find a way for you to give me that phone.
Yes, and so it gets to a point where now it's just subconscious. It just happens. Your brain just.
But it is a constant battle, because at the back of in my mind I'll be like, okay, but you know that phone belongs to Jonathan, so I think I'm crazy, like trying to get that phone. But you know what? I really want that phone, and I'm going to do everything in my power to get it. So I think that's where abundance comes in that you believe that things are possible. Because once you bring in impossibility, then you're putting self-imposed limitations to yourself. You know, it's like a bird in a cage with an open door.
But since the bird knows that it's in a cage.
It doesn't want to get out.
Okay. Really nice conversation. Just to salute a few soldiers who've joined in. I can see Richard Oteba throwing in the fire emojis. Welcome, Richard.
Fired up.
Thank you, Martha, also chiming in on the conversation, giving really important and really nice tidbits. So she says that not willing to share knowledge or wisdom with the fear of being copied. I think that's in relation to the scarcity mentality. She says, unfortunately, this is a very common habit in Kenya, amongst Kenyans. No one wants to share what they do, where they invest, with the fear of being at par with their peers. What do you think about this? I think it's really true. And if that will be the scarcity mindset. The abundance mindset, on the other hand, will be that there's enough, like you and your entire family could come and invest in Savo, and there'll still be a lot to,
Yeah,
there'll still be more,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, people don't want to share their secrets to success. It's like somebody will come and steal the success from you. Not really.
Yeah.
Really?
Thank you. I can see Brenda as well joining in. So maybe just to pose it out to you as well, to those watching us, maybe what do you feel like for you would be something that would help, other than what Rose and I have mentioned? What is it that could work for you to help you get into this space of abundance? Rose,
Yeah.
here at Savo, there's something that fires us. There's that internal fire that is really pushing us. Our purpose that is behind all this really innovative ideas, what we are constantly coming up with, and the industry is always like, wow, how are they able to do this? And I think it stems from our abundance mindset. So maybe for those joining in, I'll mention that our purpose here at Savo is to get you as our investor to a point of financial independence, ideally that you wouldn't have to work to afford the lifestyle that you want.
In the sense that if you wake up today and you're not feeling, for example, and you're not feeling well, you have something besides your active work that gives you income, or like do you have something passive giving you income that can be able to sustain you during this period? Or when you decide to retire, do you have something that is going to keep you moving with a lifestyle that you still had when you had your active income? Yeah. So
and I think what this does for us is that it removes us from all the distractions along the way, because for anyone who's on a journey, not just your financial independence journey, anyone who's on any sort of journey, if you're going on a pilgrimage, if you're just flying from Tindigua to town, then there are always distractions along the way. You're on your way to town, you see Quick Mart on the side, you feel the urge to grab a quick snack. So the distractions along our path will be the money aspect, maybe say the kind of pride and entitlement that will come from the kind of success that we are gaining, but we do not let these distractions sort of interrupt what we are trying to do for you as our investor.
Yeah, I also think that, okay, you mentioned something about how people in Savo have an abundance mentality, and it actually brings up something that the people you surround yourself with also really determine how your thinking also is. Because if you have an abundance mentality and you're surrounded by people who are just giving you negative stuff, or you want to start a business, that will never work, like business ni ngumu, unajua venye biashara ni ngumu, so if you surround yourself with people who will come and put this scarcity mentality with you, like it is so obvious that you're going to take it. Atakama, okay, you're going to take it because and start thinking, by the way, biashara si rahisi. Naona tu ni, like, investing like si easy because utaona returns baadaye. So yeah, I think it's very important, because at Savo I'm normally wowed every day by the people that surround me. It's full of brilliant people, it's full of people with dreams and who imagine big things.
Great things.
And when we say we want to do this and we just like
push together.
So
and it always works out in
mindset,
that.
So with that mindset, then you're able to grow.
Yes,
so,
for sure. That's really something.
Maybe we can continue with what I'm seeing here. Martha had commented something about Scarcity mentality could be influenced by your upbringing, just like we mentioned, surrounding us, your surrounding as well as past negative experiences. That is very true. Also, opportunities or exposure, people only do what they can. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I can see more people are coming in and sending out and engaging us. This is very nice. People are so fired up. Keep them coming. So maybe another thing that
And if you're just joining in, or maybe if you've been with us and you're wondering, with all this talk about people getting into their financial independence journeys, all this talk around this financial independence thing, and you'd like to get to find out more concerning this, or you'd like to just begin the conversation, remember, you don't necessarily have to have it figured out by the time you're beginning. You could start this journey with us. We have very able-bodied people on our team who would be able to guide you in all matters investment. So you'll be able to find mine and Rose's contacts in the comment section. Feel free to call in for any information, for any guidance, or just to know how you'd be able to begin your financial independence, retire early journey.
Yeah. So as we are talking about scarcity mentality, you notice that it's all about your thinking. Yeah. Okay, people have been able to describe what scarcity means, and scarcity mentality could be holding on to something, and also how, so your thinking is trying to hold on to things, yeah. So for me, I just see how the power of the mind plays here, that it controls your thoughts, and whatever you plant in your mind is what you sow. Like, just imagine you have a shamba, like, I don't know, 10 acres. And then ukaenda ukapanda, okay, I'm not able to do this, or I can't afford this, I can't afford this. Your life, you'll not afford everything, and you won't do anything about it. But how can I afford this? How can I afford this? You know, like, you'll just you'll get creative so that you can, come up with something. So I want us to, okay, and also it goes down to belief. I have a lot of stories today, especially from the Bible.
Give us
So there's this one time that Jesus goes and finds these scribes and his disciples arguing, and he asks them, what is going on? These scribes and the disciples say, okay, there's this boy that is tormented, but we've been unable to do anything. And he says, you faithless generation. Yeah. So he comes, he asks the father, what's wrong with this boy? He says, this boy has been tormented ever since he was a child, and these demons are actually even throwing him into the fire, trying to bring him down, or trying to drown him in water, trying to bring him down. Yeah. So so Jesus is able to get these demons out, and later on the disciples ask, okay, what happened out there? Like, how comes we couldn't cast these demons away? Then he says, this kind come out by nothing but prayer and fasting. So what did he mean here? By their state of mind. Yeah. So I think that is, like, you can see it applies in everything. Your state of mind holds so much power. And if you allow me to quote something, it says, if you believe all things are possible, to him who believes. So I think that's where it all boils down. And what do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I think the way it will actually apply to your life will be in so many different aspects.
Yeah.
Just in the way you're able to interact with people. Remember, when you're coming from an abundance mindset, everyone around you is usually more or less happy, because when you're happy, when you have something, then they also get something as well.
Yeah.
And you're just able to create this environment where everyone is getting uplifted. The more you come up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. So maybe I'll just shout out a couple more people who have seen join in. Thank you for all your support as well. I'm seeing Luke O throwing in the fire emojis. I'm seeing Victoria Thelma Mbugwa throwing in the fire emojis as well. Austin Were, Edgar Covetti, Nancy Akinyi. Thank you guys so much for joining in on the conversation. And please do tell us what you think concerning the conversation we are having. Remember, we are talking about scarcity versus an abundance mentality, and what this could do for you in your life, not just in investment, but also in your personal life, how you relate to money. I think I've had personal successes in just embracing the abundance mindset. I'll tell you a funny story. Okay, it's not funny. But every time I've been a bit, I'll call it frugal. Every time I've been stingy with my money, then nothing has come from it. I'll say maybe I got some extra 50,000 this month. I've been thinking about getting in on this project called Savo Divine, but maybe let me just hold on to it first as I try see how it will go. And chances that I'll do something better with this money are usually close to nil. I'll probably just end up eating or just giving it away, because pesa at the end of the day, pesa ikosangi kazi.
Yeah, ikosi kabisa.
But whenever I take that leap of faith, even if after spending this 30K for this month, I know I'll have nothing, I'll probably be left with like 2, 3, 5K for the rest of the month, it'll always work out, and I'll be happier at the end, having known that I put this money to good use, while at the same time. So just being in that space of abundance, and it really just brings in more. I don't know if
that after you've invested, then whatever you have is just enough to take you through.
Have you heard? I know you're an investor as well. Yeah. A very strong one. So have you experienced the same with in your interactions with money?
So I know for sure I am not good with money. I am working in progress. So what I do, I make sure I invest first, and then like just send my money to all the my investment that goes to my apartment, and then maybe savings. Then now the rest I can be able to work with. So now take care of my bills. Then whatever I'm left with, now nijipange nayo. So nikienda nikaspend vibaya, then nitajipanga venye nitasurvive the entire month.
And somehow it always works out for you. You never go to sleep hungry.
So because of course now if you don't use your money well, then you struggle, and that's now where we are working in progress. So
okay.
So can I take us back to, I don't know, maybe we can hear what people have to say in the sense of now what you just asked me. You can bring in your comments on like you, please can you repeat your question?
Yeah, so I was asking to see if maybe if there's anyone who's watching or who's with us on the conversation who's experienced any personal successes, whether it's with regards to your personal life or to your relationship with money, or in your relationship with others as well, where you've seen the abundance mentality just be able to bring in more and to just put you in a better headspace.
So and then I would like to take us back to the I can't afford this and how can I afford this. When you say how I can't afford this, like you stick to your lane, but when you say how can I afford this, then you get creative, and what else comes into your mind? Like when you think of, okay, how can I afford this? Can you give us an example of, let's say you want to buy a car, and you, like, I can't afford this, how can I afford this? So
okay, maybe just to take your example, from a scarcity mindset, then I'll probably just rubbish the entire idea. Because if I'm thinking about buying a 2 million car, and I'm probably thinking 2 million is way out of my, it doesn't even make sense in my head, then I'll just rubbish off the entire idea. If I'm in an abundance mindset, then I'm thinking, okay, 2M for that car, then my mind just shifts into automatic. Yeah. So I'm thinking options, I'm thinking alternatives, I'm thinking there's a 2 million car, but there's also a 300K car, you know.
Yes.
So once now I'm in this conversation, then now nature has a way of rewarding the abundance mentality. Somehow you cross the road, you find someone who now deals in cars, you know, you're able to get into that space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you want to own an apartment, and it goes for 1.8 million Kenya shillings, and so both look at both scenarios.
Okay, I'll give you an example with one of my investors. I'll not name you. So she had tried to just fight the thoughts of her getting into investment. I believe at the start of it, she might have been displaying signs of the scarcity mindset, in that houses are expensive in Nairobi. What will I do with the house? I already have my own house. I'm just trying to get away from rent, you know, the likes. But once she got into the abundance mindset that, by the way, this thing can't be that hard. Let me just find out. And the more she went on digging, money used to be her issue on the onset. Then she comes across Savo's ad and finds that she can get in on a plan at 30K a month to be able to finance it. And then it's now way below her budget, so she can even do more. And you see, with that, I believe that will be an ideal example of someone who realized that paradigm shift from the scarcity mindset into the abundance mindset and was able to profit. Right now, she's doing really well on her second unit, and well on track towards her financial independence journey.
How she changed her thinking and saw how possible it was, and now found out ways. I believe if you have the abundance thinking, where how can I afford this, then you either figure out, like, get creative on how you can be able to afford, and second, you get out of your comfort zone. So you're going to go and work. Just work to get this, to make this happen. So it reminds me about the story of our directors, where they tell us how the first time they wanted to invest, and they weren't able to do so, but they were just determined that they want to own something that could give them passive income, and they have to do it. So they find a property, and they get an arrangement where they could actually pay for this property
over time.
Like a certain amount per month. And because now they are coming together as a couple, they decide that, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to use one person's income to survive, and then we're going to use the other income to pay for this property. And that's how they began their investment journey. And that's how, from that, Savo was born. And
you and I ended up here.
And you're here. So with abundance thinking, you don't know how much it not only affects you, but it also affects a magnitude of people. So imagine if great people like Abraham Lincoln had the scarcity mentality, where okay, I come from a very humble background. The dad was a carpenter, and then he figures his way up and joins and becomes a congressman, but he wants now to become president, and then he fails like a million times, but he still overcomes this and keeps on going. With the scarcity mentality, would you be able to keep going after failing?
Definitely not.
No. Just also see, so I think
Yes.
from that.
I think Austin Were mentions that the mind is a powerful tool, and that an abundant mindset is one that is cultivated in a positive way. Very true there, Austin. Maybe...
Finn, there's something Finn said.
Okay.
I have a terrible relationship with money. I had to be wise and marry a lady who's really good with keeping money.
Very wise.
Good with getting money, but also very good at bad spending habits. So relatable. So it was a very wise choice. So when you realize that you're a certain way, you put in mechanisms in which here come out in that you marry somebody that could help you, stay on track. So the mechanisms that you use,
you put in place,
are very important. And then, is there something that we haven't read?
No, I think we're good. Maybe for the purposes of time, it's been a really nice conversation we've had going here, Rose.
What
I've really enjoyed it.
What is the take home? The take home is making money and investing is just limited to your thinking. So it can go as far as your thinking goes.
So for me, I've picked a couple of things that I think I'll go home with. I really want to get or to have a lot of money, but I've realized that in the pursuit of money, you lose sense of everything else that you should be focusing on. So instead, I'll try do it the Savo way. I'll focus on my passion or my purpose and have money come as a result. Because when you're constantly thriving to get something done, then for sure it will come.
When you serve others, then automatically you get something.
Something else. I think the take home. I think I'll be going out with. I'll try maintain the gratitude and recognize the power of my thoughts, and always try to think win-win situations. That way, no one is around me who feels like they aren't uplifted. That way, when I grow, everyone around me grows, and it just makes me sharper. Iron sharpening iron.
I think gratitude is a very important thing because, money can never be enough. So appreciate what you have, and then that can propel you. If you appreciate what you have, and you're not necessarily chasing money, you're chasing purpose, then you'll be okay.
Okay.
So
what do we have going on right now as Savo?
So we have a couple of projects ongoing and available. We have a project in Dendegwa, Kiambu Road, just 20 minutes to town. It's not so far. We are very keen on doing apartments in places, in zones near town, or rather like where Nairobi, so many
within the metropolitan.
So we also have in Embakasi, we have in Roysambu, we have in Riruta, and we have a new baby coming soon.
Do you want to give spoilers?
Yes, it's somewhere very prime, somewhere.
And that's all she wrote. So if you'd be interested in any of the locations that Rose has just mentioned, as we mentioned earlier, you'll find our contacts in the comment section. Feel free to reach out. We'd be able to really sort you out.
Yeah. So maybe just a reminder about our podcasts. We run them every Mondays. So yeah, we'd love to engage with you. We have really constructive conversations going on there about investment, about just life in general, because all your life decisions will affect your pocket, your money, your finances. So like once you have one thing organized in your life, then it actually goes, it applies to all. There's a famous chef who said, like, you can't make a meal when, or rather like do your magic when everything else around you is scattered and just out of place. It doesn't work that way. So we want to add value into your lives with this podcast, and so please join us and engage with us.
Don't forget the open mic.
Yes.
For sure. That one is really going to be exciting. I think it's gathering traction as we go by.
So it's to engage our community. We'd love for you to come and display your talents and show us what you got.
Yeah, for sure. So myself and Rose will be looking to see you then.
Well, I have to try karaoke this time.
Okay.
I can sing, by the way. Do you want me to try right now?
Okay.
What are you going to participate in?
I don't know. I could. I'm nakwanga very deep, so maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try.
Okay. Good.
Niwarushie mauongo mbili tatu. See how it goes.
Okay. See you there. Hopefully,
So thanks so much, guys, for joining us. It's been a pleasure being here with you. Thank you so much for being here and just for chiming in your personal experiences
and engaging us. So thank you.
So that's been
See
me.
you on the next webinar.
Okay. Bye.
Owning your first apartment in Nairobi has never been easier. It's simple. With zero deposit and 0% interest rate, you can pay as little as 30,000 per month for up to 5 years. Just divide the price by the number of months you want to pay. Visit www.savo.ke to learn more.
Kuna snacks sawa, mawawaos, maringos, kuna snacks hapo nyuma. Si ndio Jona, tunakujua.
To the Lord, He's gonna make it happen. Woo! Make it happen. Woo!
They say that the youth are the future, but we believe that the youth are the present.
Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek.
Join a community of the change makers, the innovators, the visionaries who dare to dream big and make it happen. They are the ones who will shape the future, who will challenge the norms, and who will create a better world for us all. Those who dare to dream big and make it happen. Click on the banner to join the movement today.
Freshly sliced tomatoes, done. Sliced onions, Done. Guys, I might have lied. I'm not a chef, but allow me to reintroduce myself. So today we're in the kitchen and we would love to take this chance to let you know the ingredients that make Savo Savo. So first of all, we have discipline, and discipline is not conformity or any other hard-like behavior, but it is alignment of purpose, strategy, tactics, and actions to our core. And you may ask, what is our core? As Savo, we exist to enable investors achieve financial independence through low risk, high return, amazing, affordable apartments. So secondly, we have partnership. Partnership is derived from an old French word, partenaire, which means a joint heir. In Savo, partnership is not just about working together, but it's about sharing the spoils of war, where any interaction that you have is always a win-win interaction. Our third core value is experience, and here at Savo, we intentionally strive to ensure that we give you a good experience every time we interact with you, to ensure that you become that great person that you intend that you actually are. Last but not least, we have value, innovation, and what can I say? This means more value, less cost. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us, and see you next time where we tell you more about us.
Your money will never do better than what your mindset will allow. Maybe your budget is out of whack. This year, we're gonna try something hopefully fun.
You'll win a year of financial and investing coaching from yours truly.
We are here to help people save, earn more, invest. The way that we manage our money influences every aspect of our lives, and yet no one ever formally teaches it to us.
I'm Lindsay. I've been living paycheck to paycheck. I'm trying to break out of this cycle.
I thought football was the only way to make money and make a lot of it. I ended up getting released. My world came crashing down. That made me take a step back and open my eyes up to my money.
We are earning a lot for the first time. We're also spending a lot.
You're spending $1,200 a month on groceries. That is banquet level spending.
I'm living the fear that if my heart were to break down, I don't know how we would buy another one.
How much did you splurge on a couple chains, couple earrings, a couple watches? 60. Right now, if you would have put $60,000 into the S&P 500, would be $112,000.
Spending less is the quick and easy solution, but there's a limit to how much you can frugal down. There's no limit to how much you can make.
I'm getting a raise at work. You're getting on the other side of, I like to call it post-traumatic broke syndrome. Sis, you know I've been there.
That is exactly what I'm feeling.
I feel like the definition of money has shifted.
The money is to help create the life that you really desire, and that is your reward for taking care of it.
It doesn't feel like this is something that's insurmountable anymore. I'm ready to do this work. I'm ready to get to the point of financial wholeness.